This is the Global Economic Commodities Scrap Metal and Recycling Report by our Bentley Roll-Off Trailer and Gondola Trailer, February 8th, 2021. U.S. weekly crude steel production rose to 1.725 million tons on very slow U.S. economic growth. Also note, U.S. and global auto production is down due to a chip shortage, which will slow steel demand. WTI crude oil price rose to $56 a barrel, a one-year high on higher demand and continued global production cuts. The U.S. weekly oil rig count rose to 299, down 81.4% from 2014's high on the slow growth in demand and higher prices. U.S. weekly crude oil production was steady at 10.9 million barrels per day as demand is up, but still depressed. Scrap steel number one export buying price Philly fell to $320 a gross ton on good demand, but very strong supply. Scrap steel number one HMS fell to about $363 a gross ton on the same good demand, but very strong supply. Hot rolled coil steel rose to $59.23 per hundredweight, a record high on good demand, but a tight supply. Note, automotive production cuts will lower demand. Copper price rose to $3.64 a pound on continued slow global growth. Aluminum price rose to 91.1 cents a pound on the same continued slow global growth. Scrap cardboard price OCC Southeast was steady at $85 a ton on slow demand growth and good supply. JP Morgan's January Global Composite PMI Economic Index fell to 52.3, a 6-month low, but that's still growth since over 50. Manufacturing is rising faster than services. Canada's January IV PMI Economic Index rose to 48.4, but it's under 50, so that means the economy remains in contraction. Employment shrank and prices jumped. The U.S.'s December trade deficit narrowed to $66.6 billion, but remains near the worst on record. And that's on good U.S. consumer spending on non-U.S. made products like cell phones, computers, and furniture. U.S. January new jobs report rose a very slow 49,000, which was much better than December's 227,000 loss. Professional services and education rose as leisure, hospitality, retail, and transportation fell. U.S. January employment rose to 49,000, but it's still at the level of about 5 years ago. Great news due to major room for growth. U.S. January unemployment percent fell to 6.3%, but the government's own report said it's about 0.5% higher, so really 6.8%. That's still 9.9 million less people working versus February 2020, but the unemployment percent was actually even helped by 406,000 people that left the workforce, so they're not even considered unemployed. The U.S. February IBD Economic Optimism Index rose to 51.9, the highest since October, on the acceleration of vaccinations and COVID cases off the peak. Also, more people are more positive about the 6-month outlook and federal policies. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 1,165 points to 31,148, near the record on hopes of major U.S. added government stimulus, but tempered by the U.S. job growth that remains very slow. Need to dramatically reduce your transportation costs? Buy a Bentley 2-container roll-off trailer and carry 2 20, 30, or 40-yard boxes at once. Call for a quote of these units that are in stock. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we We hope all stay safe in these very difficult next 5 months.